Good morning. I'd like to get started. I know we have a little inclement weather, but we're going to just, for logistics, we'll do just a few words here from a number of folks, and then we will proceed over to the grassy area and ceremonially just do a little groundbreaking and some of the Airport Commission members taking shovels. So we'll come to that at the end of this. I'd like to welcome you all here this morning and thank you for coming out on this blustery day. Our airport is certainly an important part of this community. We have three aspects that the airport really serves, and that's the commercial air service, which is the backbone of the airport, having SkyWest and their service through Delta here. Very, very important to this airport. General aviation. We have a number of local pilots and others who come through here. Very, very important to this airport also. And then international flights. We're fortunate to be one of the 4 airports in the state that have international designation and Customs and Border Protection. I was talking with Gene Krause before the gathering here, and they were able to clear in a plane yesterday from South Korea. Came here and went on to Dulles in Washington, Dulles Airport there. So, you know, the airport serves a great broad number of folks. It's not every day that we have the opportunity to break ground for new infrastructure in our community and strengthen the economic well-being of our future here. This project has been a concept for 5 to 6 years, and it's finally coming to a reality, and just want to recognize a few people that have contributed to this effort. Let me begin with State Representative David Dill, who loved this airport. He and I spoke many times where we needed to go. He put his shoulder to the wheel and helped to secure some of the funding that will make this project viable. We thank David's wife, Tucky Heinerson Dill, for representing David here this morning. Our county and city have been most fortunate to have the support throughout this effort of our Governor, Mark Dayton, and Lieutenant Governor Tina Smith, and we wouldn't be here without their belief in us. Our congressional delegation, U.S. Senators Amy Klobuchar and Al Franken, Congressman Rick Nolan, who's a member of the House Transportation Committee. They have been key in making this project possible. We'll hear from Jordan Metza in just a few minutes on behalf of the Congressman. We owe a huge thank you to Andy Peak and Tracy Schmidt of the Federal Aviation Administration, Minneapolis office, for their work in support of this project. Our State Senator Tom Bott, Majority Leader of the Minnesota Senate, has been with us every step of the way in securing the funding through the bonding bills, and we thank him for seeing that our project was part of the infrastructure of our state. And you'll hear from the Senator in a few minutes also. And State Representative Rob Eklund, he served as both a county commissioner and our state representative in shepherding this project forward. While we have one last step that we need to accomplish, I know that his heart is going to be there in seeing that this project through completion in phase 2. Cassandra Isaacson is the Director of Aeronautics for the Minnesota Department of Transportation, and her office has stood with us through this entire process and has also contributed some of the funding to it. And let me just remind you at this point that the Falls International Airport under that office is one of the 9 key airports in the state of Minnesota. We also owe a debt of gratitude to the Office of Management and Budget for their help in the financing. And speaking of financing, I would want to recognize Teresa Briggs of the county, Ken Anderson, City Administrator, Betty Bergstrom, Deputy City Administrator, and our own Kyra Briggs, Executive Secretary under the Couchiching Economic Development Authority, for their excellent work in setting up the accounts and working the financing part of this project so it could go forth. Bob Coors, Sean McMahon, Benita Crow of Short Elliott and Hendrickson, Steve Trudeau of Krause Anderson, and Destin Nygaard of Architectural Alliance are the designers, the engineers, and the construction manager that have made this project come to life. For the past 3 to 4 years, these individuals have done whatever has been necessary, finding ways to reduce the cost, yet keeping the project moving forward through dozens of meetings, conference calls, and so forth to make this happen. Gentlemen, we wouldn't be here today without your expertise and understanding. We thank you. The representatives of the citizens, the Airport Commission, Wade Pavlik, Brian McBride, Paul Nevenin, Brian Briggs, certainly have believed in this project, and our city and county commissioners, Kevin Adey, Wayne Skoy, and Ron Norby, and city councilors Harley Droba, Cynthia Jackson, and Pete Kaler have been there with us also, and we thank you for your support. Last and certainly not least, our airport manager, Thor Einerson. He and his family have lived this airport day in and day out for many, many years, decades. And this entire complex is named for his grandmother, his father Francis, his uncle Jim. They all contributed to make this airport what it is today. This is known as Einerson Field. And we thank you, Thor, for overseeing every last detail that will make this project a success for the citizens and friends of the Borderland area. I'd like to now call on Jordan. Before that, let me do one more thing. I have a letter here that I promised I would read. It's dated July the 13th, 2016, Falls International Airport. Dear friends, thank you for inviting me to participate in today's groundbreaking ceremony for the new terminal building at the Falls International Airport. While I am unable to join you in person, I would like to take this opportunity to extend my congratulations to you and your community on this important day. I want to applaud the Couchiching County International Falls Airport Commission on your commitment to safety and convenience for travelers. The continued renovation and expansion of this airport will allow for more secure, efficient, and enjoyable air service. I'm proud to work with our delegation in securing a federal grant to make this groundbreaking possible. I would also like to applaud all who worked on this project. Each stage of the process, the planning, the funding, and the building, required dedication, tenacity, and skill. Your commitment and hard work will allow thousands of people to travel safely, easily, and comfortably in and out of International Falls. Again, thank you for inviting me to celebrate today's groundbreaking ceremony. I am honored to serve you in the United States Senate. Sincerely, Amy Klobuchar, United States Senator. I'd like to call on Jordan Metza to represent our Congressman Rick Nolan, and if you would say a few words.
Thank you for having me. Again, I'm Jordan Metza. I represent Congressman Rick Nolan, and as a member of the Transportation Committee out in Washington, these projects are a priority for our office and the Congressman. And we'd like to take this time to thank you. Although the Congressman cannot be here, we're very proud of the work that Thor and Mayor Bob Anderson, our legislators down in St. Paul, including Rob Eklund and Senator Bach, and the Airport Authority with the commissioners, and all of you who made this project a reality, is a real bright star for International Falls, and it keeps us viable, it keeps our economy moving forward, and it's exactly what this region needs to keep growth coming in and attracting new businesses. So we're proud to be a partner in the project and securing funding. And we're excited to see the first flights coming in and the doors opening. So I want to thank you on behalf of Congressman Nolan for your hard work and dedication in moving this project forward and keeping this area and this region viable to the rest of the state, the nation, and of course the world. So thank you and congratulations and hats off to a wonderful success story. Thank you.
Thank you. My pleasure to ask State Representative and former County Commissioner Rob Eklund to say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a great day for International Falls. One of 4 international designation airports in the state. That's critical to keep this place going. Last spring, when we introduced some of the bonding bills, I called the mayor and I called Commissioner Pavlik and I said I need somebody down here to testify. And it was short notice because we had the compressed session, so when bills came up, we didn't always have a lot of time, and Commissioner Pavlik made it down, and the members of the transportation committee down there saw how critical it was to making this thing work, and it's really key when you have something going on that you get a local elected official down to testify, because that carries a lot of weight at the committee hearings rather than just a representative or senator introducing a bill and not having somebody there. So my hat's off to you guys for putting that together. Commissioner Pavlik brought down a nice PowerPoint that we handed out, and it went well. Unfortunately, we didn't get the bonding bill done, but I had breakfast with Senator Bach this morning, and there's hope that we'll still do something here yet this summer. But I think it's a great day for International Falls. Tucky, I know David, this was one of the pride and joy places in his heart. Started out his career here, and he always had a soft spot for the International Falls Airport, and I'm proud to be able to be a part of carrying on that tradition. So with that, I'll thank you, and then for the contractors doing this, I just ask that you use American-made steel in the project. So thank you.
Thank you, Representative Eklund. It is now my honor to call our state senator and the majority leader of the Senate of Minnesota, Tom Bach.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to the community. This is critical infrastructure. It became pretty clear to me as I was walking up. Many of you know I have a cabin just on the other side of the bridge, because people ask, well, I could feel, well, looking at how you're dressed, you must be on your way to the cabin. Truth is, no. Last June, first week of June, when we adjourned, and I came north, I got a whole closet full of suits in St. Paul. And I grabbed a black one as I was going out the door. My wife said, "Why in the world are you taking a suit north?" And I said, "You never know, there might be a funeral to go to this." Little did I know it was going to be my friend David Bills. So this year I didn't bring a suit. They're all in St. Paul. But Tucky, thank you, and Thor, for the tremendous investment of your family's energy that have been put into this facility over the decades. It really is quite a remarkable testament to your family, because this is such important infrastructure. I want to give you just a little bit of an update on where we're at with the special session, because it's going to matter to the city as it relates to local government aid and the tax bill. It's going to matter to this project. There's an additional $3 million in the bonding bill that we didn't quite get passed. That's in play. The Island View Sewer, the money's in there in the bonding bill to get that done. And I can't say thanks enough for all of you that supported Rob Eklund in the election. I can tell you, it would have been a really tough session for me without David, had it not been for Rob's experience as a county commissioner first. He really did a tremendous job on your behalf. That Island View Sewer and the International Falls Airport were in the bonding bill when they came over from the House, in the Republican bonding bill in the House. That's not easy when you're in the minority. So Rob did an outstanding job on your behalf on the House side. So yesterday I met with the governor, when we were in Nashwauk together. I talked to the speaker last night on the phone. And the governor and the speaker and I are going to meet tomorrow afternoon in St. Paul. Laurel, if you want the scoop, no one has that. Including Associated Press. They've been calling wondering, and so has NPR. So take it and get an award with it. Especially if we close the deal. But I do want to report to you that I think, in principle, the Speaker and I and the Governor have an agreement about what a special session would look like. We even talked about when could we get to it. We talked about mid-August. Why so far away? Well, the Republican National Convention's next week. The Speaker's going to that. The Democratic Convention is the week after. The Governor's going to that. So now it's August. But I do expect sometime mid-August we'll get that done. There's very, very important provisions in the tax bill, little disagreement about it. The bonding bill's just got a lot of good projects all over the state in it. So looking forward to trying to get that done. Thank you to all of you that are constituents for your patience through all of this. This first chunk of money, and what I remember about this project in 2014, when David Dill and I got the first money, was the big dispute was, do they need 2 million or 3 million? And is the city going to put in $1 million? And we went back and forth, David and I, trying to figure out, is it 2 million or 3 million? And I was in a position to put in the bill whatever we needed, and we just didn't know what the number was. And we finally got through it and got it done, and got it done on time in 14. And then in November of 14, the voters decided to send me a Republican House to work with. And it got tougher. And this time we didn't get it done. The divided government's just a lot harder. So thanks for all of your patience as we try to work through that. We're going to get there, and we'll finish up some of this additional infrastructure. And let me just kind of close by saying we're looking for the next project. Right? I mean, some of you know I've been a carpenter all my life, and I like to build stuff. So when we're building stuff, my friends that are carpenters and members of the building trades are working. And when we're not building stuff, they're not. So we're looking for a project, commissioners, that we can advocate for on your behalf, so that in the bonding bill 2 years from now, we'll have something more to work on for the region. So thanks, everybody. Enjoy the day. This is a really momentous time for really for all of us, and I'm just very, very happy to have been invited and to be a part of it.
Thanks. Just want to take a moment to explain the project that we're going to have here is going to be in 2 phases, and the first phase will focus on the commercial air service aspect, and we've got the funding for that today. As Senator Bach pointed out, we're still short some dollars for the second phase, which would include the Customs and Border Protection, international flight area, as well as administrative offices and so forth. And so if we can get the $3 million in the bonding bill, we'll be able to do the second phase of this project. It will work well with phase 1, but we'd love to have an entire complex finished, and hopefully we'll be successful in that. And thank you for your efforts, Rob and Tom, for that. Okay, we just would like to have a few people grab shovels here. If I could just read off your name, and if you would grab a shovel, and we'll walk over and ceremonially do a little groundbreaking on the green over here. Senator Tom Bach, Representative Eklund, Chucky Dill, Destin Nygaard, Steve Trudeau, Bob Coors, Commissioner Wade Pavlik, Brian McBride, Paul Nevenin, Brian Briggs, Kyra Briggs, Thor Anderson, and myself will we grab shovels. We'll go over and do a quick groundbreaking ceremony. And thank you all.